put a lot of hurting on Henderson in that rematch for the first 2 rounds. Had Dan in trouble.
Well, that's one of the things about Dan is his durability. He's got a shocking chin.
And here he takes a big swing. And remember, Cormier made his light heavyweight debut against Patrick Cummins. The fight only lasted a little over a minute, so we'll keep an eye on the cardio of Dan.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，1人1方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Of course, we had the Ronda Rousey-Sarah McMahon Olympic matchup.
This shows you what kind of respect Daniel Cormier has for the punching power of Dan Henderson when you consider the guys that Cormier has stood up with, guys like Bigfoot Silva, guys like Josh Barnett, has been in there with, you know.
Guy's about 50 pounds heavier than
big shots, big shots by Cormier.
Henderson trying to get up.
I mean, in the Josh Barnett fight, we really got to see what kind of wrestling Cormier possesses. To watch him ragdoll that big former heavyweight champion like that. And that was a big test for him as well, that Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix. We also got to see in the Bigfoot Silva fight his combinations of his punches, which are outstanding.
Ground strikes, all Cormier.
Yeah, Cormier looks like he's trying to set up a submission, Mike. He's riding on top.
Shot to the body.
Big shot to the body. Big punches by DC, big left hands.
Henderson is just in defense mode again.
Yeah, he's completely stuck.
Midway point of the fight.
Oh,
another big shot.
Hard shots. And again, DC just moving all over him, controlling him. Full mount now for DC.
And that is one thing Cormier said, Joe, is that he felt he could out-wrestle Dan Henderson.
Well, he's certainly been correct.
No doubt about it. Trying to advance to that full mount again.
He had it briefly, but Dan did a good job of hip escaping, getting back to half guard. A bit better defensively, but Cormier still just roughing him up. Elbows, punches to the body.
Officially, Cormier has 2 takedowns, but man, is he taking advantage of those.
He's trying to get him in a mounted crucifix here. His ability to control Dan Henderson is actually pretty shocking. I mean, when was the last time we ever saw anybody do this on the ground?
Never, right?
I don't think so. I can't think of a time where you see Dan for 2 rounds solid on his back, squirming around. You know, that leg lock attempt was the only thing to get him back up to his feet. And Dan's trying to tie up that leg again. He's going to have to go under that left leg of Cormier, though, to try to get back up to his feet. And Cormier's not having any of it.
No, and he knows how to stay heavy.
And he's beating Dan up in the process. Making Dan carry his weight. Dan tried to roll, but look, Cormier followed him perfectly. Right back into side control. Sticks to him like glue. Heavy hips.
Good ground and pound by Daniel Cormier here in round 2.
Yeah, Dan is getting beat up. I mean, Dan's trying desperation moves like knees to the body from the bottom. He is getting pounded on.
Yeah. Yves Levine right there takes a look at the clock, takes a look at the action. He knows how durable Henderson is, though.
Well, that's one of the things about being a legend. Everybody gets to know how you fight, right? You know, there's no surprises in the chin of Dan Henderson.
North-south again.
This is crazy. Look at this top position. 7 minutes and 28 seconds in 2 rounds.
So basically about 8 out of 10 minutes of the fight.
These are big shots from Cormier. Just slowly but surely beating Dan up, making Dan carry his weight for 2 rounds, and then hanging on here in the 3rd, though, doing nothing, waiting for the clock to run out.
He did it with 2 takedowns
in the 2nd.
One in the 1st, one in the 2nd.
total domination on the ground, and one of the rare times you've ever seen Dan Henderson cut.
Yep. Hey, I know it sucks, but you have to fight this guy now. I know you're tired. Sit down, Dan. Sit down. Sit down, Dan. Sit down.
Hendo knows exactly what he needs to do.
I know you're tired.
You want the bad?
You have to go fight him now. You have to go fight him. Yeah? I know. I know. You have to go now. Okay? Let's go.
Stay low there.
I can't hear what Dan is saying.
There's blood in his eye. Blood in his eye. Let's go.
Hendo has fought all of the greats in the history of mixed martial arts. And tonight he faces a rising star in Daniel Cormier in a showcase of U.S. Olympic wrestlers. DC unbeaten as a professional mixed martial artist. And he wants to continue to make a statement here in Las Vegas against Hendo. Third and final round.
And again, a tall Daniel Cormier standing up high, not worried about the takedowns of Dan Henderson. Look for that left kick.
And standing up is what Henderson needs to do in this round. He's got to keep this on the feet, give himself a chance to win. That's his move, that low kick and the punch, but it's usually at a little quicker speed. Hendo's gas from carrying Cormier for so long.
Goodness.
My goodness, indeed. Look at that.
Just complete ragdoll.
You're absolutely right, Joe. It's a first for Dan Henderson.
Yeah, this is, I mean, total domination by Cormier. And in the grappling, you know, in Dan Henderson's world.
Yeah. The athleticism of Cormier.
The technique, the athleticism, the conditioning, the power, everything. He's a beast.
Yep, top of the food chain.
I mean, there's a reason why everybody's so high on this man, and it's not just because of the fact that he's had so much success. It's what everybody has said about him in the training room. It's what everybody knows about him based on his wrestling credentials. He's something special.
Yeah, and when you talk about a guy's heroes, Cormier talks about John Smith and Kevin Jackson, Dan Gable, Kenny Monday, some of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And you've always said, Joe, the greatest base in MMA is wrestling. They both have it. Right now, Daniel's
no question. Well, look at, you know, you're talking about a guy who's 35 years old, started training at MMA at 30.
Yeah.
He's one of the elite of the elite. And he's dominating one of the greatest of all time right now.
And he's got full mount.
The same thing with John Jones. Look at John Jones.
Yep.
I mean, the guy trains for 4 years, dominates the light heavyweight division, and wins the title, the youngest guy ever. Wrestling. It all starts out in wrestling. It's because the mind is the most important part of the big picture. And no one has a stronger mindset than amateur wrestlers. No one. They endure so much, and they're so mentally tough. And I think that when you get as good as a guy like Daniel Cormier gets at wrestling, you can get good at anything. It's just, they're willing to work harder, they're smarter, they're more focused. There's just something about the elite of the elite in any given sport.
They embrace the grind. And really, Joe, what you just said about Daniel Cormier, we were saying about Cain Velasquez 5 years ago.
Absolutely.
Same base,
Yep.
and look where he is now.
And this is one of the reasons why Cain is so good. And this is one of the reasons also why Daniel's so good. Because Daniel Cormier goes through this with Cain, you know, on a daily basis, all year round. This is bad. I mean, Dan Henderson has nothing left in the tank. And if Daniel Cormier unloads, he could easily get this fight stopped.
This is perhaps as one-sided as we've seen Dan Henderson be dominated in the UFC.
Well, certainly for 3 rounds.
In the UFC.
Certainly for 3 rounds. You know, I mean, we've seen him lose quickly, like the Vitor Belfort fight, and we've seen him, you know, lose in the 2nd round of the Anderson Silva fight.
But a good first round,
yeah, a good first round where he controlled Anderson on the ground. But we've never seen this. I mean, this is Daniel Cormier proving to the world that he's one of the best in the division. At 205 pounds, one of the scariest of the contenders.
Bigger, younger, faster.
Just awesome, you know? And now Daniel Cormier has got the back of Dan Henderson with the arm underneath the neck.
He wants to finish this fight. Trying to tap him out.
He might have it here.
DC looking for the
submission.
submission.
His own glove for the finish.
how tough is it?
That's it.
It is all over. Daniel Cormier, winner by submission. He defeats Dan Henderson.